I love it. I'm still saved.
Yep, you are.
I'm still saved. This is my favorite part. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So as you know, this is the Dating with Dietrich vlog, and I was so excited when you reached out to me to talk about your new song coming out.
Absolutely.
So for those that don't know, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Sean Scales.
Okay, so this is the Sean Scales, and let's get right into it. Our topic today is based on your new song coming out.
Okay.
And that is, I named it a Lifetime Valentine. I was finding a Lifetime Valentine. So what's the name of the song that we were listening to?
It's called My Valentine.
My Valentine. So I feel like this is a singles vlog, even though I have seen some people that were married just kind of watching. Because I want it to be entertaining. So, but it is primarily geared towards singles that are 30 and up. You're 25, it's cool. But 30 and up, geared toward them. So before we get like really into this song, I wanted to know like just your inspiration as an artist, your inspiration, what kind of artist you are. Just tell people listening just something about yourself.
Okay. I'll start out by saying I'm a father of two wonderful boys, Sean II and Isaac Vance Scales. Those are my guys. So they keep me on my toes, being a dad. So that's the fun part. That's priority for me. I'm a gospel recording artist. Son of a preacher man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And my late great father, Pastor Donald V. Scales, rest in heaven. And my mom, Sherry Weathersby, is a pastor in the state of Delaware now. So that's just a little, I don't want to go into too much. I want to get back into your subject.
Okay. So, so now that we know who you are, let's go ahead and talk about this song.
Okay.
So the part like that I absolutely love about this is because I have grown up in a church, and I just feel like there's just so much that we could talk about, but of course we can't talk about it all. So there's like, my mind is going all over the place, even though we have a topic is finding a lifetime Valentine, because I feel like that's what we all really want deep down. Of course, there's an exception to every rule, but a lot of us, that's what we want. But it's kind of hard when I feel like when you're a Christian. I know I grew up where I didn't really listen to like music that made me move like that. Like, I love it. So you have like the R&B flavor, but it's like a clean song. So you asked me before we started, I'm very slow with jokes. So like either I'm on or off. I'm totally like, whoop. But you said, are you still saying? And I'm like, okay, yeah, because it does make you want to move. It does kind of put you in the mindset of you want to get close to the one that you love, or you want somebody in your life. Like, it was really inspirational, kind of a song. So, I mean, one of my first questions was like, what's the inspiration for this song?
Yeah, so the inspiration for this particular song is, Of course, I believe it came from God.
Yeah.
But what I came up with this song back in 2015. Just a little backdrop. So I've been wanting to do something with this song. I have other songs, but it just lay dormant. Due to, just jump right into it, due to my divorce or what have you, and it just never panned out to where I could express myself in this manner. So this particular song is something that I didn't get a chance to experience. So I wrestled with even wanting to put it out, and just in my time of meditation, I come to realize that if I did not put this out, then I was just as conditional. I'm just as conditional as my marriage was.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I had to do was I said, okay, God, if this is really, if you're really in this, then show me.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing I know, I started, looking in the Bible, and I started finding stuff about love. And the whole premise, the Lord spoke to me and said, if I took love out of the equation, John 3:16 wouldn't even exist. For God so loved the world that he gave. And he was like, I just want to, for me, no one taught me about love.
Yeah.
But when you drive a car, you got to go to driver's ed,
mm-hmm.
or somebody's working, right? Okay.
Right.
So if we take that same analogy and put it into this thing called love, we've gotten in the car and we start driving, but we don't know how to drive.
Right.
And the other thing is that we never looked inside of our Bible to even find out if this actually is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Most of our teachers were D'Angelo, Jodeci, Tank.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Most of your teachers, I hate to say his name, but most of the teachers are Kelly. They were the teachers. They were the teachers of, this is, but what they taught you was an aspect of love. The aspect of love that we see on BET, HBO, whatever else. Matter of fact, everywhere you go, it's out there. It's called Eros. Eros is erotic, romantic, right? So we automatically go, because nobody taught us the foundation, we automatically go to Eros.
Yes, we do.
But then once you get Eros, right? Once you go to Eros, then you're wanting unconditional, you're wanting that person to be selfless and all this kind of stuff, right? But that's the foundation. That's what it should be built on.
Right. We had it backwards.
So now you're trying to backtrack, and about time y'all start backtracking, y'all start messing one another over. Car accident. You having accidents left and right because you never dealt with the foundation. And this is all in the Bible. Genesis 29 talks about how Jacob, when he met Rachel, it says he loved her. And I was like, what? He didn't even know her. And he was like, no, look at it again. There were certain things that he was doing. He was willing to serve 7 years and then another 7 years before he even got her.
Right.
So he was already giving, not knowing if he was going to actually get it.
Right.
He didn't know if he was going to actually marry her. Mm-hmm. Right. So but the scripture says he loved Rachel. So that's all I'm saying. So this particular song is talking about my love, for actually it's levels of intimacy. Okay. And love has a level of intimacy, because you didn't hear the front. That's a snippet. And I talk about how I set the room up. Okay. You walk in through the door, candles lit everywhere, rose petals on the floor. Yeah. Let me show you to your dressing room. I think you'll like what I have for you.
Oh my goodness. It's like a woman's dream.
So it was something that I was trying to develop into and grow into. I got married young. I was trying to grow into this, into that, but I was tossed with, well, I don't want to be like what I see. And I still want to be holy, and so I'm battling internally because there's no one walking me through this. Yeah. And then sometimes our mates, as well as even ourselves, we're not patient with one another. If we're dealing with believers,
love is patient.
Right. You have to be patient with the development of a person, because one thing that the covenant does is exposes anything that's not real. And a lot of times we get in these covenants, in this marriage, and the marriage exposes it, because marriage is of God. So God is light. So you walk in and you like, I thought I loved this person.
Yeah.
But I don't think I love them. No. What? Oh, you think you love them just because they kissed you or because they did everything for you that you liked.
Yeah.
That's not love.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So now you battling back and forth. You don't love me. And come to find out, dang, that person really did. I just wasn't patient. I didn't suffer long with them. Or you made a complete, you shouldn't have even you shouldn't have walked down the aisle. You shouldn't even picked up the phone. But you did because you thought you could change them. That's not what love does.
No, that's not what love does. That's why, going back to the topic of finding a lifetime Valentine, I have just a few notes here. I wanted to ask you, you went into it already before I could even ask about what love is, because I think I've been through a divorce too, when I was married young too, and I think a lot of the people that are going to watch this and that are attracted to this, same situation, where they thought they really this is the one. I think I found my lifetime Valentine, and things didn't go right. And it really makes you question what love is. And that part of the song, that my favorite part, where it talks about, I'm loving on you, you loving on me. And we all have an expectation in mind of what that is.
Right.
So what is that to you? What is a woman loving on you? What does that look like?
That's her giving of herself to me, and I'm giving myself to her, and it's simultaneous. It's not covert. It is. For those who don't know what that is, I'm not putting no game on you.
Okay.
It's not intoxicating. Mm-hmm. It's not some type of fantasy. It's us in real life giving ourselves to one another. And not expecting anything in return. And because I don't expect anything in return, I'm getting more than what it's exceeding.
Okay.
So if I don't have a preconceived notion how I want this outcome, then I can't be let down.
That is true.
I can't be let down.
We all still have some kind of expectation. So I'm when I'm listening to this song, right, this is giving me my rhythm, because I have something in mind of what loving on me feels like and what it looks like,
Absolutely. I mean, what I mean by that is, I'm saying she doesn't have to do anything. My expectation, even from that song, expectation is just that. That's my expectation. And I know that if I give love and I'm connected with this person, and this is where you're saying that this song is actually for a married couple, or someone that's engaged with their partner and they're on their way to marriage, and they're getting ready to walk down this aisle, right? Because then I don't have nothing stopping me. See, it's no sneaking. Okay. That's the reason why I said I don't have to expect, because I'm in the parameter where this stuff exists. So for singles, it may be this one might be tough, oh my God, because you're gonna be because you already see it, right? But when you're with that person, right, you're right there. So you don't have to make up nothing. I ain't gotta. So everybody's giving to one another. You see what I'm saying? But if you're looking for your lifetime partner, this is what you want to see. What are they saying? What are they saying? Do you like what they're saying, or are you paying attention to what they're saying? Because a lot of times people say what they really are capable of doing for you or doing with you, or reason why they want to be with you, you just didn't hear it.
Yeah, and I think when you were talking, I thought about something when it comes to faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. I thought about sometimes what blocks us is our expectations, and I'm definitely guilty. So even though I wrote a book about faith and all that kind of stuff, I'm still guilty. And I still have my struggle, and I struggle a lot with it, of getting in where I think things should be. Right. But the key for the singles, like this, like we said, this is a song where you think it's more for the couples, but I think it's really inspirational for singles, because what you want to do is actually feel like you're already there. Sure. So you already want to jump into it, how it feels, you know, and if you're already feeling like you're already loved, then all it has to do is like come together, and it'll be a lot quicker versus you thinking like, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do that to prepare. But if you're already feeling that, and that's what this song did for me, like it made me feel like I'm in a complete, like I'm engaged. Okay. For sure.
And look,
I'm engaged.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted for the singles, I wanted to give them a picture of what love looks like.
Yeah.
Between a man and a woman. See what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted them to know what it looks like. Because the reason why we have expectations is because some of us have already seen. If you never seen it, you know, then you don't have an expectation. But because I've seen it, I've experienced something, so you have something there. So it's kind of hard to, like you said, to rid yourself of that expectation. That's got to be on purpose, because you want that union to take on its own identity. You want it to take on its own identity. That's the problem. See, I want you to be Holly Berry or whoever else is out, Kerry Washington, and you want me be Idris, and then all this other kind of stuff like this. So you done took other things and other images and put them in your union, and you wondering why it ain't working, because you got Housewives of Atlanta up in your stuff. So the reason why I created this song, you know, or what caused me to like, all right, let's go ahead and go, because I wanted to give people a clean reference. There's no history attached to this. Most people can't play D'Angelo, I Want Some of Your Brown Sugar, because they was talking to Susie when that was playing in the background.
No, that's a good point.
Well, you right there with Joe, like, oh my
God. Right, this was our song.
Then your significant other coming in like, babe, I like this song right here. This should be our song. And you like, nah, turn that off. Turn that off right there.
Yeah, they're like, why don't you like it?
Right. You like,
well,
just, you know what I'm saying? Because we need something clean. We need a clean slate. And man, that's a lot of times that's what marriages, relationships, we just don't really have a clean slate. Even when you're dating somebody, you know how some people start dates. Joe did me wrong, and I just feel like nobody.
At the beginning, before you can even go out with the new person.
Right. This cat
on the phone, you be like,
he already at a disadvantage. He got to outdo Joe.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't talking to you. He talking to your situation with Joe. Or, you know, somebody's talking to their situation with me, dealing with, you know, something in my past. We're not giving one another a clean slate. So the reason why I was like, man, look, I'm going to just go for it. Because I realized we're not giving one another a clean slate. TV don't let you do it. Magazines don't let you do it. Something has to give you a clean slate.
Yeah.
That's what, okay. And since most people don't think God don't have anything to do with it, what I just said, if you tie that into your faith, what does God do for us? Gives you a clean slate.
Yeah. I just love the whole thing. I love where you were talking about where we should have our own music, because I think, I'm going to be honest and agree, disagree, or whatever, honest moment. To be honest, when you are like with your significant other, for some people, because honestly, Christians are living all kinds of different ways. So whatever. That's a whole different topic.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you with your significant other, if you're dating still, or you're with your spouse, and you're listening to music to try to get into the mood. I mean, it's kind of like hard to listen to like Jesus Saves necessarily. So most of us are not.
The living word.
You like, I just want to go pray.
Right.
Like I don't think.
Yeah, I can dig it.
So I feel like I really like this song because of knowing the artist and knowing that you're listening to somebody that does have a heart for God. And you know that by their action, like what they are really representing, not just even a gospel album, because that's a whole different.
Right. Well, see,
that's a whole different thing too.
Right. But when I said I was a gospel artist, I'm talking about more so my discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And in the gospel, there's 66 books in the Bible. One of them is Songs of Solomon.
Yes.
Okay. And what you get in there is a depiction of his love for her. And you also hear and get a depiction of, or read, you get a depiction of God's love for us.
Mm-hmm.
It runs, it's called a type and shadow. It goes back and forth.
Okay.
And so, because I was like, man, why you put this in here? He was like, because I am love. And I'm showing you how I pursue you.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved it. I love it. Let me see what else I got here. Okay. Well, you already kind of talked about the that your experiences with divorce and how that still played into you creating this song. But for people that have been cheated on and people that have had a lot of disagreements and they've gone through a divorce, it's like, what kind of words of encouragement would you have for people experiencing that with Valentine's Day coming up? And they're just thinking about their ex that cheated on them. And they're like, I don't really want to. I mean, obviously, if they click on this video, they want to find a lifetime Valentine again. But you know how they're kind of still like, but I don't even know if I want to, because are they really going to love on me? You know, people just having all kinds of doubts about love. Like, what would you say to people like that?
Give yourself time to grieve.
Yeah.
Give yourself time to grieve. It's okay to grieve. And the reason why I say give yourself time to grieve, or what I mean by that is, don't go jump in a relationship, because you're robbing that person of the full essence of who you are, and you're not giving that person a clean slate.
Yeah.
In that regard. So if you still got stuff in your heart, you know, give yourself time to grieve. And even if you got to cry through, you got to, you know, do those different things, pray, all of those things, but also love on yourself. Learn how to love on yourself. A lot of times we get in relationships because we don't know how to be alone.
Yeah.
And so it was foul from the very concept, the very conception of it, because I don't want to be alone. You know, give yourself time to learn how to be alone, grieve, and I would say also learn about love. Learn about love. And I promise you, the reason why I even went through with this, because this is going to be an album. Only reason why I'm going through with this is because I said, okay, I was going to throw all these songs away. I was trying to figure out how. Yes, yeah. I have right now. I had about 10 songs right now. 10 songs right now, and I had about maybe more sitting in my hard drive, and I was getting ready to delete them and just let them go because of the experience. Because I was trying to develop something that, okay, this is how we can do. This is what we can do. I know what everybody else is doing. I know what TV's doing, but I just want to, I don't know this way, but I believe that we just need to have a clean slate. And, you know, through my immaturity, and then you got life, you got bills, you got trying to do everything, and everything is weighing in on you, and you're not giving time to one another to develop, you know, in that regard. And young marriages don't give themselves time. They already power couple. They already labeling and they already, all right, we got to go get a house. We got to go be with you. First of all, learn finances, because that tears up a house. Learn how to, you know, learn that. Just learn how to be in one another's space and take care of things. Learn how to be a father, a mother. You've never been those things. Learn those things and grow into those things. I don't know why we just got on that, but that's just what, you know, but
that's a part of the dating process. That's a part of what you go through, is you, like, especially if you're older. So you're like, I obviously messed up in my 20s. Like, I obviously messed some stuff up. So I do need to step back and really learn.
Just learn. You know, look, read the Bible looking for love. If I'm talking to a believer, you know, in that regard, if you believe in the Bible, look for as much as you can about love. Because what you want to find out is what I found out. what I found out is that God is very much so in it. However, there are aspects of love. There are levels of love, if you will. The first one is agape. It's a Greek word for unconditional love. Mm-hmm. Okay? The foundation of it has to be unconditional. That means I give and I'm not looking for nothing in return.
So that's the love and all. That's my favorite part.
That is the first, correct. So I'm literally putting that. Mm-hmm. I'm putting what I'm saying to you in the lyrics. Mm-hmm. The other level of love, of course, is going to be eros. And if you're giving, and when you realize, I mean, it's just like, I'll bring up when I realize what God has done for me, mm-hmm. and all that he does in spite of myself, man, I just got to do better. Man, I can't. See, it's certain things, and ain't nobody telling me, you can't do this, you can't do that. Because love is now surrounding me and captivating my mind that I just can't.
Yeah. So love motivates you.
There you go. It becomes I can't do that because of all that he's done, and he didn't have to. So when you, why did I get married? The first one, when Janet Jackson, the teacher, she was like, if you make a list of what he's done, and if you do it right, it's going to change your perspective. And it changed everybody's perspective because it was like, dang, they do so much. And I really didn't even think about that. So if everybody thought about what's being done, that you just carelessly overlook, and you take time out to be like, oh man, look, I got to cool out. Shoot. And then that on your end, I got to cool out. But learn first, since that ain't right now, you might not have that for those who are single. Learn about this love. And I promise you, this is what's happening to me right now. The more I'm learning about love, they may not be my wife, but there are people that have just showed up. Mm-hmm. And now I can see what a loving person is. They're not mine. Yeah. I haven't gotten that, but I'm starting to see. You will see what you study, pretty much is what I'm saying. So if you study Idris and you study whoever, whatever else, next thing you know, he reminded me of. If you study Chris Brown, he's giving you a depiction. He's giving you an image. You're so engulfed in those words and those lyrics. I love Tank. Next thing you know, you start looking for a bruh who got this and got that and got this and got that, because you're studying it. So because you study it, it's going to manifest. Now, whether you're meant to be with that person, whether it's the right thing, is solid, that's what you're going to find out. Yeah. But it all meant, I don't know why bad guys always, I don't know why girls always. Oh my God. What you studying though, homie? What you studying? I was looking at BET, I'm gonna quit. I was looking at BET yesterday, and it had a couple of movies back to back. And I just happened to look at the movies, and the leading lady, who was the prettiest of them all, they looked a certain way. Mm-hmm. And I watched the next movie. I said, let me see if I got this right. The next movie came on. She was certain kind of color, long jet black hair, cold-blooded, almost a daggone model. I mean,
she probably was a model.
So I'm like, God almighty, like, if that's in my head, then that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. And I ain't looking for no substance. I don't know if she's a nurturer. I don't know if she can cook, clean, nothing. But it's all in my head. Man, I got to have me a
yeah. And that does kind of leave some people out.
Right. Then you get the woo, and then you find out you ain't got nothing else.
That's it.
So what I'm saying, take the time out to study love.
Study love. And I think you also have to study who you are and what you can give. Right. Because I think a lot of us, I'm definitely guilty of that, of just saying like, I'll just give and I'll just do anything. No, I won't. Like, there's certain things, like I'm made for a certain person because he needs what I have. That's because right. I will do the things that he needs. But I have to kind of evaluate and do a self-evaluation.
Well, that's what love will make you do.
Look like for me.
Right. That's what love will make you do.
A self-evaluation. I think that's the first, when you're trying to find a lifetime Valentine, you really have to know who you are. because some people you'll know right out, I am not the one for you. It's no hard feelings. Find you attractive. You're a great person. Right. But I'm not the one for you because I can't give you what you need. Right. And I think that's only fair. I can't love on you. You know, it's just not. Because I know with me, certain people, I have a huge heart, but certain people, I'm just not going to be able to do it.
Right. And you'll automatically know.
Yeah.
You'll automatically know. And when you do know, do you deny it? So, because if you've only studied arrows, then that's what you're going to go after. So you'll deny the red flag, and then boom, it happens, right? Then
goodness.
Then you really know. But because you're feeding your appetite, I actually put that in one of my Facebook stories. I'm like, you know, sometimes we date and marry our appetite.
If you get that chemistry, let me tell you.
Right.
That chemistry and fire, and it's just like,
listen.
And that's what your song, I must say, that's what it does. It kind of stirs up.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to, because that's the level, and you're at the bridge. The verses.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't.
That sets it all up.
Yeah.
It sets it all up, but they'll have to wait.
You're gonna feel like you in there. I mean, like the second verse says, like, so far I can tell that you like it. I can see the twinkle in your eye that's shining. Come on over here, my dear. Let me whisper sweet love in your ear. You know, you're a queen, and I want you to know that I love you with my heart and soul. Now, I hope that you don't think this is all that we're going to do, because I'm just getting started with you. I brought special delicacies like champagne, chocolate-covered strawberries. Scene 5, got that music playing softly in the background. You sure look good tonight. So, I mean, you know, like.
To send this song to these ladies, because if a new guy sent this song to me, he would get a couple of points. I'm still old school, where they, you know, we did the songs.
Sure.
The background. This on your voicemail. Play this in the background, like, hey, with your deep voice. This is that song.
With the Devontae.
Yes, this is definitely that song. I absolutely
big time.
Love it. I want to ask you one more thing about the music coming out. So this is coming out when?
So I'm looking forward to releasing this within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, so this is
coming out. The single's going to be in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, so it's coming out soon.
Absolutely.
But then you said you have more. You got more?
So the album is actually going to drop a week before Valentine.
Okay.
So this is going to get everybody ready for. See, the whole purpose was, I'm going to get you ready now, because there's a lot of brothers, they just, look, you can be so help. Yeah, you're going to be so caught up in your work and everything, and then when you hear this, you're going to be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take this brother's advice. I'm going to rock with this. So I'm giving you a heads up. You know how y'all be sending reminders to y'all's men to be like, let me slide your little hint so you don't come up short, and then me and you in trouble.
You got some time to clean. I was trying to think, like, okay, it's January, but I'm like, when do I release the video? I'm still trying to figure it out. So you like, these men need some help. Like, drop it.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you right. I let my homeboy hear it. I let my homeboy hear it, and he was like, "Man, Doc, I'm ready. Okay, thank you, man. Thank you. You helping me in my marriage, man. I'm ready. I'm ready. I got it." And I just sat there and just listened to him talk, and he just still fumbling over his words. I was like, the boy, he just built up. He ready. So I know they're gonna enjoy it. So that was cool for me. That was cool for me to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because that's ultimately what I want to do. And man, I think Christian brothers is getting a bad rap. Like I said before, we got so many images and expectations of what we're supposed to be, and that we don't know what we're supposed to be. Not because we don't know, it's because we feel the pull of being righteous. And how do you actually be righteous in a world like this when everything is thrown at you all the time? So we trying to figure this thing out. And so I think Christian brothers got swag. I think we do. We just got it a different way. I just think we got it a different way, and we can't be compared to a man who doesn't honor God, who's not committed to God. You know, we can't be compared to them, yet we are. So I'm gonna help you out, bro. I'm gonna help you out.
This is a big one.
Yeah.
So I gotta go ahead and put this out definitely within, if not next week, then the week after, because I really feel like this is going to inspire some people. And just talking about it before, I forgot about that because I'm not really a big one into Valentine's Day. Right. Not saying I don't like it. I like gifts and stuff, but I'm not the one that's going to drop. I want that drop like hints and stuff. I want that person to do it from their heart. You know, like, I'm doing this because this is how I feel about you. So when I listen to Sean's song, Sean Scales' song, I'm thinking about you. Mm-hmm. And I can tell by the stuff that they do, like, oh, it's not because I dropped a hint. It's because they went out and they were just inspired by my love. Is how I like it to be. But I know some women are dropping songs. So some women are going to be like, did you hear this song? Babe, listen to this song. Right. I love this song. I mean, it's going to go both ways.
But it's going to do that. You see what I'm saying? It's going to, and I'm not really, a holiday personnel, but I'm like, okay, I was going to use this as a precursor to, addressing issues within my community. My generation is suffering, and for those who have something negative to say, it's kind of hard for us to call the kettle, black, because we both are equal in the highest rate of divorce, Christians as well as those who are not Christian. So we can't call one another, oh, you wrong. I can't really deal with, oh, this is that. I kind of got to be like, you know what? Let's kind of find out where we going wrong. Matter of fact, let's just find out about love. How are we supposed to respond? Because we should be the free. If you look at Song of Solomon, that brother and they are free.
Right.
We should be the most freest out of anyone.
We should be, but it's not
I just want you to think about this. What other book has that in it? And we skip over that book and a whole lot of other stories to get to, Samson and Delilah.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. At least for me, I was uncomfortable for a really long time about certain things. And I was like, ooh, that's nasty. I was one of those people for a while.
Well, plus majority, like I said before, a lot of our teachers, and I'm not placing blame, because all you got to do is just keep going back. It's the same thing over and over. A lot of our teachers came in with a past that they're running from. So anything that reminds them close to what they've been through or came out of, I want to do with that. And most of us have had Eros type of experiences where I done had sex before marriage. Mm-hmm. I done did this. I done did that. So now you're trying to clean up, but God is saying, clean you. Don't erase love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you asking the person that you're with to deal with that. And like I said, everybody really don't have love down pat. So they might not be patient with you, but I'll tell for all those that's married and you're like, man, my husband or my wife, be patient and discuss the levels of love. Mm-hmm. Study that with them, because you're going to get what you put in.
That's really good. You are going to get what you put in.
You're going to get what you put in.
Now be honest about what you're putting in. Because a lot of people
listen, you silly. But the thing about it is you can't put this type of love in and it not be a revealer. You got to be honest. Because first of all, before you can put anything in, you got to take some stuff out. You got to throw some stuff out. And I don't want to, digress too much, but the majority of part of my marriage was learned traits from watching my mom and dad's interaction.
Yeah, that's natural.
You see what I'm saying? So that's something that's got to get thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Bible says you will leave your mother and father. That's more weight. That's more than just physical. It's mental. Mm-hmm. It's spiritual. And you have to develop the identity with your spouse. Y'all develop that identity. Mm-hmm. But again, You got to be taught that. You can't just go, you know what we do. We go to premarital class and we think we got it. No, homie. You got 27 years worth of mama said, grandma, this, and the third, and everything else. And then you got your college years and your sneaking years in high school and whatever else you done did. You got all that many years. And you sit for what, 6 months in a courting, in a dating, whatever office or the counselor, and you got it. You got it? You sure? And we've done no self-analysis of ourselves before we start dating the person. Then we go get married. Man, that's a train wreck waiting to happen. And for those who have stayed married, man, you big kudos for real, because it's to get out. It is now.
A lot of them wanted to get a divorce and they stayed. So big
kudos to you. And I'm just letting you know, Sean, Scales got you. I got you. Got you.
Bringing it. That's what I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of everything. So okay. So tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah. So Instagram, Twitter. I'm mainly on Instagram. I got to deal with Twitter. Sometimes I be getting tired, man. All these social media platforms, but Instagram is @SeanScalesMusic. Same for Facebook @SeanScalesMusic. Twitter @SeanScalesMusic. My website is www.iamseanscales.com. So and as soon as I get off, I'm about to release that snippet that you just heard. It's gonna go on IG. I'm trying to prepare my Facebook audience because you got the old schoolers on there too. So I'm trying to shoot out.
Everybody's on there.
Yeah, everybody on there. So
everybody's on there.
I'm trying to walk light. I'm trying to walk light on this boy. I'm trying to walk light because but
they'll just say all these young kids, they just doing some stuff like that's what I don't know, because I feel like I'm getting so much older, but then every time I talk to somebody twice my age, they're like, oh, you're young, and I'm like, well, almost 40, that's young, but okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll take it.
Hey, I'm gonna claim my youth. I'm gonna claim my youth.
Me too. I mean, I feel good and I feel like I look good as well, but I'm just saying the facts are the facts.
And you got the baby hair that we talked about.
Yeah. I see this what the young girls do, so I'm like, okay, girl, I'm gonna get my edges right. Right. So I think this was really good. Like I feel like everything went so well, and I'm so excited about people seeing this. Yeah. And I want people to put down in the comments. I really want to hear about what people's definition of love is. I want to hear about finding your Valentines. Like, what do you look for? I want to hear, did you agree with us? Did you disagree with us? Like, I want to hear what people think about this. And of course, more importantly, I want to hear about what they think about this song.
Okay.
So if you don't put anything else, you need to hit the fire. Like, you need to put that down in the comments.
The fire desire.
Right. You need to put that down. Put some hearts.
Yep.
And then you definitely need to get this when it comes out. So follow, what is it again? IG. Let's focus on IG.
@SeanScalesMusic.
@SeanScalesMusic. Follow @SeanScalesMusic. And if you are new to this, if you made it all the way to the end, you definitely got to subscribe. So you definitely got to subscribe. You made it all the way to the end. Definitely hit the thumbs up and share this video. So, but until next time.